So Aisha contacted me. She has an idea to start a business. Now her skill is she builds WordPress websites, and her industry that she has in mind is health and wellness. And her core problem that many new entrepreneurs or online service providers face is pricing, negotiation, which also you can term it as sales, and she's struggling to take the first step. And in the next few minutes, I'll try to break it down and help her with these three core issues she's facing, and let's fix it for her. So the first problem we need to solve is pricing. And this is something many online service providers struggle with. They have no idea how to price their services. They're clueless about it. And of course, you need to have a starting point. And one thing that is painful to hear, and that is pricing is all about testing. You need to test your pricing. There is no right or wrong answer. You need to test it multiple times on repeat before you get the right price for your service. But yeah, there are a couple of things that you can do as a part of this process to make it more effective. How I test my pricing is I pick the highest price that I want to charge and the lowest. So the highest being the maximum I want to charge my clients, and lowest being the minimum I want to charge my clients. So let's say Aisha picks $9.99 for her web development service or WordPress service as the highest she wants to charge her clients. And the minimum she can afford to go, let's say that is $4.99. So now you have the maximum, you have the minimum, and you can also determine something in the middle. Let's say that would be $6.99, $700. So you have three prices to test and pick the right one, whichever suits you or whichever works for your business. There is no absolute answer for high-paying client and low-paying client. If I'm in the US, then high-paying client could be someone who is paying me $2,000, $3,000, $5,000. And if I'm in, let's say, Gulf, in Saudi Arabia, in Dubai, or let's say I'm in Pakistan, or I'm in India, in Nigeria, or Philippines, then maybe the high-paying client could be $500 for me. So there is no such thing as absolute high-paying client and absolute low-paying client. It all depends on the business, whichever works for you. So now we have three prices: $9.99, $6.99, and $4.99. And now from these three prices, you determine three packages. You create or make three packages. Now, the first package could be basic website development, and you price it $4.99, the minimum. And this is the first package. Second package, that could be, let's say, AI powered system. You gotta name the package effectively or make it more intriguing enough for your clients, right? So price could be $6.99. And third package could, let's say, 360 client acquisition system, and you price it at $9.99, the highest. Now, since you have these three packages to test, you have three packages and three prices to test which of it works for your clients. for your ideal customers. And of course, whichever your customers love the most, now you have a price to not only focus on, but also the services to focus on. So you can improve more and sell it, advertise it according to the package or according to the service your clients are buying the most. And once you have a price, you can also increase it in the future because you also have a service or offering in demand. So you know what is in demand and how you can position yourself. So it all boils down to testing. The more you test, the more effective or more effectively you are going to sell. And if you're not testing your prices, then you have no idea. So there is no right or wrong answer, to be honest. Anyone who's telling you that you need to price your services at $5.99, $9.99, $2,000, or you're pricing it too low or too high without even knowing if you have tested or you haven't, then they have no idea what they're talking about. Now, the second problem she's facing is negotiation, which is, as I mentioned, part of sales, you can say. Now, to be good at negotiation, you need to understand that negotiation is part of sales. And to be good at sales, you need to be good at understanding your clients. You need to be able to make them feel you understand your clients, right? So how do you do that? As I mentioned in the beginning, she has a niche, which is health and wellness. This is one of the reasons why you niche down, because you don't niche down because you're interested in the industry or you love the industry. You niche down because now you're focusing on a single industry to have a specialized knowledge of. So niching down helps you with specialization. And the more specialized you are, the more you're able to make other people feel understood who are within the same category. For example, if you're specialized in real estate, you will be able to make agents feel they are understood. You're able to make them feel that you understand their concerns, their problems, their everyday challenges, and most likely they will be happy to work with you. So that's one of the benefits of niching down. So in other words, the more knowledge you have, the better you become at sales. Now, of course, knowledge is not the only thing to be good at sales. I know that. But it is often overlooked. But most people don't even understand that why you need to have specialized knowledge. Let's say you're building rapport, you are speaking to someone, you're actively listening to them. Yeah, that's all great. But if they realize that you have no freaking idea about their industry, you have no specialized knowledge about their industry, most likely they won't work with you. In Aisha's case, she is into health and wellness industry, which means that she needs to have knowledge of this particular industry. Now, of course, it is just an umbrella term. When we're talking about health and wellness industry, she can, let's say, target fitness coaches. She can target nutritionists. Now I have no idea about this spelling. So nutritionists. She can target dietitians. She can target gym coaches. So she can target a number of people. So health and wellness industry is still too generic. So she needs to niche down even further who she wants to target: fitness coaches, nutritionists, dietitians, gym coaches. And once she picks one of them, she needs to go all in to understand the challenges and struggle and everyday struggle of these particular people, group of people. I hope it makes sense. Now the question is, how does she get specialized knowledge, and where does she get it from without spending years in working in the industry before she is enough qualified to have to be able to interact with these specialized people in that specific industry and build rapport with them or understand their concerns, problems, everyday challenges. The way I do is I call it 3x3 knowledge rule. To explain it even further, that is, first, you need to know the 3 top leaders in that industry. Second, you need to have 3 top resources in that industry. And 3 top communities in that industry. Now, let me just quickly go through one by one. Now, 3 top leaders could be the people or leaders, people, other people in that industry look up to. For example, if you're into hospitality industry, if you're into restaurant industry, you might go to Gordon Ramsay, you might go to John Taffer. Or if you're into real estate, you might go to Ryan Serhant, if that's what the name is. Or you might go to Grant Cardone. Those are top leaders in real estate industry. So you need to look up to 3 top leaders, because when you follow those 3 top leaders on social media, on Twitter, on Threads, Substack, or you subscribe to their email list, you understand what those top 3 leaders are talking about. Those top leaders spend years, decades to understand that specific industry, and once you get closer to them, most of the time you get the decades of experience, sometimes even in a single email or maybe in a single video. So that's why leaders are important in the industry. Top 3 sources. Top 3 sources could be blogs, could be podcast, could be newsletters, or could be YouTube channels. So basically, you're going to top 3 resources to learn about that industry. And top 3 communities is basically where people are gathered, where people relevant to that industry are gathered. That could be Facebook groups. It could be LinkedIn groups. It could be Instagram channels, or Telegram group. A bunch of stuff. So once you have these 3 and these 3, which are a total of 9 resources now you can pretty much specialize in industry within a short period of time, without spending decades, without spending years in trying to understand that industry. Now you can spend weeks or months and you know about the industry so well that you can have not only conversation with people, you can sell people very effectively. The last concern she has is what would be her first step. She's struggling to take the first step. And my recommendation would be to start with optimizing her social media. And that is one of the things many people miss out on. Social media. Because you need to advertise yourself. And social media is one of the best form of advertisement in modern world. And I recommended Aisha to go from this to this to make sure people understand what she does. So whenever someone visits her profile, he or she knows what she does and what is the call to action, what to expect. Now they can also demand free mockup or free resource, free PDF, or subscribe to her channel, whatever. Second, she needs to start creating content and be consistent in it. one of the questions I often get is, what type of content should I put out to grab clients' attention? And for that, I made this PDF. It is Identity Income Loop. It is not too long, so I don't have physical copies left. So you can DM me identity on Instagram, and I will send it to your inbox. So from that, you'll get an idea what type of content you need to put and how to build a personal brand, monetizable personal brand, to start getting clients. And third would be building an offer. Of course, offer should go first. The problem is many people spend days, years to build an offer before they get their social media profile optimized. And that is one of the biggest mistakes you make. You should just take the first step immediately, the fastest you can take. When you are struggling to take the first step, take the step which is the easiest to take. So psychologically, you're prepared to take further steps when you take the first one. So now Aisha needs to optimize her profile. She needs to start creating content and building an offer. And of course, along with all the things that I just mentioned. I hope it helps. So if you need a roadmap or a plan how you can start your online business or your online journey, send me a message on my Instagram and I'll see if I can help you with that one. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.